Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Emre. Grim Fandango'ya kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Hatırlarsınız en son denize battık, şu salak fener takılı herif de salak bunun etrafında dolaşıp duruyordu. Sonra sağ olsun biz yardım ettik, bulduk.
Go down there and demon talk to that octopus.
Heck no! I'm scared. I'm staying up here with you.
Adam
Hey,
haklı.
Chipito, go for a swim, will you? You're drawing too much attention to us.
Too bad. I'm sticking to you like the barnacles on my eyebrows. So don't even think of sneaking off with my pearl.
Şuna
There's no talking to octopuses.
bizi de takip ediyor ha. Bakalım ne olacağını merak ediyorum. Bu ne?
I don't want to get tangled up in those.
Ne? Anlayamadım.
I don't want to get tangled up in those.
Nereye gidiyorsun evladım, oraya git. Bu bir denizaltı la. Ben ev gibi bir şey düşünmüştüm. Aptal Grotis yüzünden ilerleyemiyorum ya. Heh.
Ugh. Watch those hands, clams. Ugh.
Konuşmak istiyorum. Herif nereye gidiyor? Dur. Neyimiz var? Sadece buyumuz var. Kesin buna dokunmak istemiyorum falan der.
I don't want to mess up my blade.
Biliyorum. Senin değerli tırpanını sevdiğim. Ahtapotla konuşamıyoruz diyor.
That
Şunu.
soul has already been reaped. My scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart
Yanlış
used to
şey
be.
bastım. Şuna bir bakalım.
I can't get anywhere near the sub while that monster's guarding it.
Şu.
Hey, I've got more important things on my mind than jewel theory.
Not me!
Glottis, go down there and demon talk to that octopus.
Heck no!
I'm not
I'm
Hey, Chipito,
scared.
go for
I'm
a
staying
swim,
up
will
here
you?
with you.
You're drawing too much attention to us.
I'm sticking to you like the barnacles on my eyebrows. So
Oğlum.
don't even think of sneaking off with
I'm not going down there while that monster's looking right at me. I can't get anywhere near the sub while that monster's guarding it.
Yok yani ne yapabilirim ki?
I'm not going down there while that monster's looking right at me. Ugh. When I get that desperate for food, maybe. I don't want to get tangled up in those.
Oğlum manyak mısınız ya? Bak burada kesin bir... Acaba tırpanla şeyi mi keseceğim? Niye hep orada yapıyorsa?
That soul has already been reaped.
Oğlum ruhunu almayacaksın, lambayı
That
alacaksın.
soul has already been reaped. That soul has already been reaped. I don't want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess up my blade.
Çok da hızlı, hani belki fark mı atacağım diye. Envanterde yok ki anasını satayım bir şey. Ha dur bir şey oldu.
Hey,
Salak.
lay off.
Aha orada kaldıysa.
Let go! Let go! Hey,
Huh.
where are you going? You can't leave me here all alone. Come back here.
Gene yanlışlıkla buldum ha. Ha ahtapot
She's
onu.
coming back.
Yok artık pedallı mıymış bir de. Çok komik.
Heading south, but there's nothing on that edge of the world except the edge.
İyi iyi. Ha bura mıymış köşe dedikleri yer? O maden. He, o insanları getiriyor böyle. Madende çalıştırtıyorlar köle gibi.
Manny?
Don't ask, carnal, cause I don't know.
Şunu geri içine sokar mısın? Tamam.
See any hint of that octopus swimming around here?
No, but I can smell them.
Oraya hadi dümdüz devam edelim. Yardır Gurat.
Gladys, I'm gonna sneak inside and look for Meche.
What if that octopus comes back while you're gone?
Poke him in the eye and steal his sub.
Stupid octopus.
Da- Sağ mı sol mu? Sola gidiyorum. En yakın oraya geldi.
This door's locked.
Şansıma tüküreyim. Sağda ne var? Burada kapıya benziyor ha. Neye bakıyorsun? Adam sigara yaktı ya. He. Küllükmüş. Şurada ne var?
It's empty.
Şurada ne var? Aha. Kızı bulduk lan.
Meche,
Manny, what are you doing here?
I wanted to see how your trip was going, Angel. I am your travel agent, you know. By the way, thanks for that bottle of champagne you sent me. It really hit the spot.
You were headed for a trap. I was trying to warn you. Domino was using me like bait. I didn't want you to end up a prisoner here like me.
Prisoner? Where's your cell? Or are you just sharing a bunk with the warden?
If
Of,
that's what you
öyleyse.
think of me, then why did you come here?
Because this is where he belongs. Here, working for me. I knew you'd come around eventually. Right or wrong, Manuel Calavera is always with the winning team, right, Manny? That's why you're here now.
I'm getting off this rock, and I'm taking all of these people with me.
Manny, there's no way off this island. I'm afraid you're stuck here in my little executive training program. See, I need you to take my place here, kid. I've got to get back to the city where the action is.
Sorry, Manny, but I had to come in. My skin was getting all pruny.
Him, I don't need.
Ha Grotis gitti.
I'm gonna grind you to powder for that, cabrón.
Maybe later. But for now, let me just show you your new office.
Careful, BB. The new boss is waking up.
Bunlar ne la, kanatları var. Bizimki konuşuyor, efekt var da ses yok. Siz ne yapıyorsunuz?
Hola, angelitos.
I'll bite you, I swear to God.
Please don't bite anyone else, Pugsy. That's why they put us in the cage in the first place.
Neden beni
Why
ısırmak
do you want
istiyorsunuz?
to bite me?
You're the mean new boss.
Mr. Hurley said you were meaner than him.
He said you had a bone saw.
You bite me and I'll sue your parents.
Our,
Our
parents?
parents?
Çocukları ağlattın lan.
Hey, don't cry, children. Please, stop crying. Why am I so bad at this? My name is Manny Calavera. What's yours?
Mr. Hurley told us about you. You're the one who tricked Meche.
Poor Meche.
Zavallı Mechi. Ablanızdan o
Mr.
şerefsizlikler.
Hurley said he was supposed to take care of Meche, but you stole her case from him.
Is that true?
Let me see if I can explain this whole thing to you. You see, I had this job, selling travel packages to immigrant souls. If I sold enough of them, I got to leave the land of the dead. Now, I was in a slump and I really needed a fat commission, so...
You're a bad man.
Go away, bad man.
Yeah, go away.
Mitch is my friend. You can ask her.
She talked about you before.
Every time she says your name, she looks so sad.
I don't know what you did to her, but you're gonna be sorry.
What are you two doing? in
Bayağı
this cage?
ilginçler ha.
Making light bulbs.
Look, we're working as hard as we can. Why don't you leave us alone?
Listen, children, I'm here to help.
There's really not much more room in here.
Your hands are too big to make light bulbs.
I'm here to help you get out of this cage.
You can't do that. We have to stay here and take care of Meche.
She'd be so sad here all alone. Sometimes we hear her crying, you know.
My hands are not too big to make light bulbs.
Then why don't you help?
My butt's too big to sit on one of those little perches.
I'm gonna tell Meche you said that word to us.
I told you he was bad.
Allah'ım
I just
yarabbim.
don't have any of those little tiny tools, that's all.
Here, take my hammer.
You're two bad little children. I'm glad you're in a cage. Very bad.
Aha gülüyorlar. Ya demin ağlıyordunuz lan.
You know, I really do want to help.
Then why don't you?
I'm in the Maritime Union. We can't do factory work.
I don't know what those words mean.
It means he doesn't want to help us because he's mean.
On second thought, maybe I don't.
We don't want to either, but we don't have a choice.
I'm the one who's gonna take Meche out of here.
What?
You can't do that.
Who's gonna take care of us? We'll be all alone.
Ağlayacak gene.
I'm here to help you get out of this cage.
You can't. We have.
She'd be so sometimes.
Nice cage you have here.
Mr. Hurley grew demon ravens with human heads in here
He said if we ever tried to get away, he'd send the ravens after us.
and let them make nests out of our bones.
You children just wait here and be brave little angelitos, okay?
Okay.
Heh. Şu salak çekiç attıydı.
I could make a tiny little birdhouse if I had some tiny little nails and wood. I could make a
Tamam,
tiny
onu
little
sok
birdhouse if I had
içine.
some tiny little nails and
Şu
wood.
neymiş ona bak.
No drawers.
Hadi çık burada. Ha bura şeymiş. Bir daha gidebiliyoruz mu oraya? Ahmetçi ne yapıyorsun lan?
Oh, look, it's my Prince Charming. Are you back here just to insult me some more, or do you just want some ice for your head?
Hadi
Come
buradan
on,
çıkarız.
we're getting out of here.
Trying to steal my commission from Domino again. Manny, don't you ever give up?
I'm not after any commission. I just want to get us both out of here.
Then why don't you just ask your boss for the day off?
Can't believe you think he's my boss. He's my arch enemy.
I think he's your boss. You think he's my boyfriend. We don't seem to have a good foundation of trust in our relationship, do we?
Allah'ım.
I'm sorry I implied he was your boyfriend. I do trust you.
Well, I'm not sure I trust you about that, but I'll tell you one thing that would convince me.
Name it.
Give me your gun.
What? What makes you think I have a gun?
You work for the most heavily armed organization in the land of the dead. Don't try to tell me they didn't issue you a gun.
They didn't issue me a gun.
What, are you on probation? I'm not buying this, Manuel. Manny, why don't you come back when you're willing to deal straight with me, okay?
Bir daha konuşabiliyoruz mu?
Ready to hand over your heater? Right.
I don't work for the most heavily armed organization anywhere.
You know, you're right. There are those rumors of that revolutionary army that's been stockpiling weapons.
Actually, them, I work for.
Manny, why don't you come back when
Başka.
ready to...
I would.
Right.
I think we...
Start talking. You're the salesman.
I have a lot of...
Save your breath. Domino's explained it all to me already.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
Me? About what?
Why did you take me out with that champagne
Evet,
bottle?
merak
I
ediyorum.
told you to stop you from falling into Domino's trap. If you had made it on that ship, then you would have ended up...
Here?
Yes.
Why are you working for Domino?
I do what he asks only to protect the children.
Why are those children locked up in a cage?
With the wings those angelitos have, they're the only things on this island Domino can't control.
Hey, if they can fly, let's set the kids free to go get help.
They can't fly that far, Manny, but they can fly circles around Domino, and they can bite pretty hard.
So why did you run out of my office?
I felt so embarrassed, and you looked so disappointed in me. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Then what were you doing that whole year I was in Ubacava?
I was lost.
What did you...
I don't want to talk about that year, please.
Has Domino hurt you in any way?
Not as much as I've hurt
Bayağı
him. Boy,
konuştuk
can
ha.
that guy take a punch.
Okay, I'll lay off the questions.
Great. Now if we could get you to just lay off the cologne.
Hey, I'm a sailor now. We have to wear this stuff. Listen, Mechi.
Manny, talking isn't helping right now, okay?
Şunu Bunda bir şey var mı?
It's empty.
Sir, do you have an appointment?
I'm going in there to tell Domino my demands.
I don't think you fully understand the chain of command around here. Pugsy and BB work for you. You and I work for Domino, who works for Hector Le Mans, crime boss of El Maro.
Well, I think it's time for a little corporate restructuring.
Hadi bakalım domino. Adam bir de
Domino. Domino!
Taking your first coffee break already, Calavera?
We got a score to settle, let's see.
You know, if I ever spoke to my boss Hector that way.
You killed my best friend.
The demon? Manny, you can use a demon as a driver. Let him carry your messages, let him serve you food. But you can't ever start thinking of them as friends. It's just not natural.
What are you doing out here on the edge of the world?
Oh, I know, I ask myself that every day. But I'm going to train you, Manny, to take my place here running this 2-bit light bulb factory.
How can you keep little children in a cage?
bayağı konuşacağız bu bölüm belli yani. Ben de sıfır konuşma hepsini okuduğum için.
Why don't you just sprout me like you tried at Puerto Zapato?
That wasn't me. That was Hector. He's so unimaginative. Just wants to tie up the loose ends, you know? But I believe, however, that you can be rehabilitated through honest work.
What makes you think I'm gonna work for you?
Well, there's not much to do on this island if you don't work, take it from me. And think about it. Once I'm gone, it will be just you and MECHE'Yİ alone on this deserted island.
Bayağı normal.
Don't tell me that prospect doesn't appeal to you.
I don't plan to be on this island for very long.
Manny, I have all the guns. I have all the transportation, and I have all the brains. What are
O
you
laf
gonna
da
do?
soktu.
You and Hector set up a secret hideout to make light bulbs?
Oh no, that's just a side benefit. The real purpose is to have a place we can lock up all those old clients of mine. Can't have good people wandering loose in the land of the dead, telling everybody how we stole their double-in tickets, now can we?
You stole all these people's tickets?
Okay, how much of this haven't you figured out, Calavera? Capal would route all the good clients to me after he switched over their tickets to a secret holding fund. I'd cover up the paper trail, and we'd make sure that the pigeon jumped overboard at the Pearl.
I knew it. You were getting all the good clients.
I handled them all, except for Mercedes, who you hijacked from me in that ridiculous hot rod, which I saw, by the way, last time I was in Rubacava. I tell you, Manny, hot rods like that just don't look safe to me.
So it wasn't my fault Meche didn't get a ticket. You stole it.
Well, it's your fault she ended up in the forest instead of coming here right away, but I fixed that.
I'm taking Meche out of this dungeon.
Manny, before I found her, she spent a year out there in the petrified forest alone because of you. By comparison, I'd say I'm keeping her pretty
Adam
comfortable here in
haklı
my,
olduğu konular da var. Bizim de haklı olduğumuz konular da var. Çok
One
ilginç.
ticket for you, one for Hector. How many more do you need?
Oh, Manny, we never touch the product ourselves. We sell a ticket to unfortunate souls, unable to lead moral lives because of the crippling amount of cash they were born into.
But you could just take the tickets and leave today.
We found a way to make the land of the dead livable. Why would we want to leave?
Adam da haklı lan.
Nice island you got
Hem de
here.
herkes haklı.
Yeah, the previous owners didn't know what they had here. Let us pick it up for a song. They scooped out all the coral they could reach with their crane and then abandoned the plant. But we knew we had what it would take to go the extra distance to the big reef.
Are you about to lecture me about the winning attitude again?
No! Slave labor, Manny. That's the real ticket to success.
Well, I gotta get back to trying to escape.
Hey, you do that, kid. Knock yourself out.
Oh, herkesle konuşup başarım kazanıyoruz. Helal olsun.
It's empty.
Büyük ihtimalle şu Mercedes içerken onu tam denk getirirse. Aha, tam denk getirdim. Ya
Oh, my stockings! They're ruined! And this is my best pair! You try to have one nice thing on this cruel island.
tamam, şimdilik de oldu.
Good enough for me.
What is?
Oh, the speed at which you're working.
That's nice, Manny, but you're not my boss, so really I couldn't care less.
Good. Excellent. Carry on.
Ulan beni tam bir şeysin ha, sapık. Bakayım bir onu. Çekiç, bu da çorap.
You know, a little clear nail polish would fix these right up. This is the tiniest little hammer I've ever seen.
Tamam, şu aşağı inelim bir. Çünkü şurada salak bebeler var, şurada MECHE'Yİ var. Bir de gelirken şuraya gördüydük. Büyük ihtimal madene gidiyordu. Maden diyordu. Bu bir yol. Durdur şunu.
Uh-oh.
Nereye gidiyor? Burada kocaman bir çapa var. Aha, aşağı mı düşüyoruz? Ha, çapadan tutunuyoruz. Ben de öldük sandım ha. Gemi varmış da burada koskocaman. Oha, bu ne? Titanic gibi var. La Grotis burada da ölmemiş. Vay hırlı. Yeni bir bulmuş gemi. Neyse, burada bitirelim. İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Beğenmeyi ve abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.